Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. It's been a minute, but I have today a video. We got to unpack quite a few things. One being Gyro Palooza is right around the corner, which is super exciting. It's one of my favorite times of the year because it's close to Christmas. A box full of discs shows up and we don't know what to expect. It's a cool mystery box MVP does. We also need to talk about Simon Line's new disc. Thanks to a subscriber, I have this one. It's called the Bokeh. We will talk about the name of the disc, kind of what that means in the videographer slash photographer world. We'll also see where this disc fits in to other molds in MVP's line. We got the Crave, the Servo, and the Trail. And we'll kind of talk about what Simon intended this disc to be like. Does it really truly fit in where I think it is gonna be? My predictions, results, all of it in today's video. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe. I'm not gonna more than likely hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which is totally okay. But if you are new to the channel or you're returning, just subscribe. Before I start throwing this disc and reviewing it, I want to say a huge shout out to Gabriel Gazelle. He sent me the disc, he's a subscriber, and he also sent me the new Streamline engine. So this video really wouldn't be possible without him. So thank you very much. Also shout out to the Disc Golf League where he's at, Henry Disc Golf League in Henry County, Iowa. So thank you very much. This is awesome. Cannot wait to throw these discs. I will show a real short clip on Simon talking about this disc. From what I remember, he wants it to be a slower trail. So here's what he has to say.
The new Simon line, this is a 7-speed. What I basically asked or wanted it to be was a slightly more stable crave.
Perfect.
That's what everybody wants.
So we'll see how they feel. I think these are all of them right here.
What are your first impression? I want to hear your first impression.
I mean, they feel pretty promising.
Let's go.
I love the shape. And the disc name is the Bokah. Bokeh? We don't know how to say the word.
BOKAH?
But it is a camera term that means like a background blur. All right, this is the hole I've been dreaming of with the Bokeh. 480, dead straight, down the hill. I'd say okie dokie. And just to parked. That disc flies like a mid-range. I love it.
That's sick.
I think of it as a slower trail, which it's almost too nice to be true.
So that's what Simon wants it to be like. I feel like, and I don't know, I haven't thrown the disc yet. I feel like a trail is basically a faster crave. I could see the crave maybe being a touch more understable. So it's gonna be hard for me to, I don't know. I'm hoping that it's really like a faster servo because I bag a servo, it's slightly more stable. It's MVP's version of basically a crave because the crave is from Axiom. And so I'm hoping it's like a faster servo. That'd be pretty cool. But I think if I had to say, it's probably between a crave and a servo, and that line is very, very small. If you're an average disc golf player, you're probably not gonna be able to tell the difference. But oh well, I'll throw this disc first. We'll just throw this first. And then we'll talk about the name, how to really pronounce it, and what that actually means. So here we go. Actually, I had to change all my settings to show you what Bokeh means. Here's what it means. Essentially, in the camera world, you have a camera, you can open up your aperture. I'm gonna try to dumb this down. Basically lets a lot of light in. It adjusts your depth of field. Right now, my camera is set on the aperture being wide open, and that gives a lot of clarity to me, but it makes my background not so clear. If I get close and look, the blur in the background and me being super clear, that's called bokeh. When I'm throwing the disc out at a distance, I don't really want the foreground focused on me. I want the foreground, or I want the disc in the background focused on, not me. So you can adjust the depth of field in your camera by opening and closing your aperture, and what that does is it allows the things really close to be in focus or the things really far in focus, or you can adjust it to where your entire landscape, everything is in focus. And so that is where Bokeh comes from. And when I started doing videography, I would say that I heard Bokeh for the first time more than anything, but I've done some research, and in Japan is where the word derives from. They pronounce it Bokeh. And so I think it's really actually supposed to be Bokeh, but for the sake of the video, just out of habit, I say Bokeh. So I'm gonna say Bokeh, but it essentially means the same thing. We're gonna throw it now. Here we go. I'm gonna change my settings. We're gonna throw it. Flips up, that turns. Man, to me that flies very similar. That one particularly flies very similar to a crave. Here we go with the trail. Here we go with the crave. Like, it's almost like that's so close. The crave is, man, maybe a very, very smudge more understable than the Bokeh. I mean, by a very small amount. If you're an average disc golfer, it's gonna be hard to tell the difference between the two. Other than the feel, I'll show you the feel here in just a second. As far as the profile of the disc, the feel is a little bit different. So yeah, they just feel a little different. So this engine again, this engine was awesome. I really like the way this thing flew. Try to get it again out here. I got some turn. I don't know if you can see that. That's hard to, golly. I didn't get it out there ways. That is, it kind of reminds me of the new Simon line time lapse, the retooled time lapse. Maybe a touch more understable than that, but very similar to that if I had to compare it to something like that. So it's actually a really good disc. I like the way it flies. I'm gonna get it and we're gonna throw a forehand with it. Forehanding the engine. Oh, that is a great forehand disc. Holy cow. Very nice, very nice. Okay, I'm gonna go get them. All right, so with those throws, servo, different class. It's more overstable for sure than the crave, the Bokeh, and the trail. So servo is definitely more stable. Honestly, if they came out with a Bokeh in proton plastic or eclipse plastic and it was a more stable version, money. For me personally, it'd be great. But also, it flies, I'm talking so close to a crave that I think for the average disc golfer, you're gonna have a hard time telling the crave apart from the Bokeh. All right, so the difference mainly that I can tell is the Bokeh has more dome and is slightly faster, but it is very hard, like flight-wise, to tell the difference. Hand feel, believe it or not, and I love the crave. I've had the crave in my bag for like 3 years, and I love it. It's one of my favorite Axiom molds of all time. I actually think I like the feel of the Bokeh better, which is surprising because I love the crave. The crave feels so close to a servo that they're just like hand in hand right there with each other. But the real question at the end of this video that I'm gonna try to answer is, will I replace my crave with a Bokeh? And at this moment in time, I'm not sure. I really am not. Before we compare the two closest discs, definitely go to Disc Golf Deals USA. If you want to pick up your Gyro Palooza boxes, pre-order them. They're available for pre-order. Like I said, It's one of my favorite times of the year. 11 discs, $119, I believe. So definitely go to Disc Golf Deals and get your Gyro Palooza boxes pre-ordered. Cannot wait to get one in my hands. And as soon as I do, I will show you what's inside and how everything flies. And that leaves us with the last disc standing comparative to the Bokeh, and that's the Trail. The Trail is obviously faster, has a bit more dome than the Bokeh, but the real question we're asking is, did Simon and MVP and Axiom pull it off and make a slower Trail? That's what we're trying to find out. So I'm gonna try to throw these exactly the same. Got a little bit of a headwind. Let's wait for this to die down for a second. Don't want to be throwing slightly understable discs into a headwind. Never a good idea. Okay, here we go. Here we go with the Trail. That was way more hyzer, and it was nose up. All right, so final thoughts. So we're gonna end the video with 2 questions, 2 answers, and my final thoughts. The first question is gonna be, is the Bokeh a slower Trail? My answer, after lots of throws, is yes. It is surprisingly extremely close to a Trail. So very good job to Simon and MVP. There's kind of an issue with it, which leads me to my next question is, will I be taking my Crave out of my bag, because I've had my Crave in my bag for 3 years? Will I be replacing the Crave with the Bokeh? My answer is also yes. Couple reasons. One, Bokeh's faster, has more dome. I think I can get more distance. I think the Bokeh will still be a very good woods disc. You can put on hyzer, flip up, and go dead straight. Slower arm speeds are probably going to love it for just flat throws and getting a consistent finish. But the Crave is going to temporarily come out of the bag until I can get some more repetitions with this one. So I cannot wait to do that. Final thoughts, fantastic disc. Simon did a fantastic job. I wish it was actually a little bit more stable for my own personal preference, because I want to kind of replace my servo with this. But for now, servo and the Bokeh are going to be a married pair. One's less stable, one's more stable. So that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely go check out Disc Golf Deals. Get your Gyro Palooza boxes pre-ordered. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Gabriel. Shout out to you. Till I catch you next one. Go in peace and be blessed.